Welcome back to Designs by Shy. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how to glitterify your trays. And yes, I just made that word up. But anywho, I'm going to show you two different ways that I add glitter to my trays. But we are going to do them on some mess up trays. Not really mess up trays, they're just, I changed my damn mind trays. So yeah, so I have these two trays that we're going to make into some football trays, but then I decided not to. So that is that. And I'm just going to show you what I will be doing to trays that either are messed up or I just, like I said, I just changed my mind and I'm going with something else. That way the tray is not a waste. Okay, the vinyl may be a waste. The picture paper I use may be a waste, but the actual tray won't go to waste. So before we get into the video, of course, if you have not already went and subscribed to my new YouTube channel, please go and do so. I will leave the information on this video. What am I trying to say? The YouTube channel that I started is my personal YouTube channel. It is still in the works. I have a podcast that I am working on that I have coming up. It is absolutely not craft related, but this is my platform, so it makes sense for me to shout out my YouTube channel here, promote my YouTube channel here. So that's what I'm doing. But like I said, I have a podcast coming soon, and it's going to be very unfiltered and very me. So you will get another look of me. You will actually get to know who I really truly am and not just my professional side. So if you're interested in that, please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel and just be patient. It is on the way. I'm coming. I'm preparing. I'm getting everything together. I'm very excited about this. So I hope you join me on my other YouTube channel. The name is 30 Shades of Shy. All right, so now let's get right into the video, you guys. Okay, so I just realized why that's not going to work. And this is my painter's suit for you guys to get all judgy. Anyways, so we're going to be using this tray. We're going to be using this for our mess up tray and also for one of the ways to glitterify a tray. Once again, made that word up. And I'm going to just use this plain pink tray for the second way to glitterify a tray because I just realized both ways to add glitter to a tray won't work over a picture. Only one way will. So we're going to go with these two trays instead. Okay, so now I'm going to go and paint this tray completely black. And then we'll go from there. All right, okay. Okay, so the first tray, which is the oval shaped tray, I have went and spray painted. As you can see in this light, you can see the decal and the picture. So now I have spray painted it black, and now I'm going to Mod Podge and add glitter to this. So this is the first step of how to add glitter to your rolling trays. So this is the Mod Podge, but I always put some in a little cup. That way if I don't use it all, I can just save it for later. And it has a little bit of black glitter already in here from a different project. But yeah, so we're just going to paint on the Mod Podge. Not too thick, not too thin. I want to make sure I'm not getting Mod Podge like underneath the picture so it's not sticking up. And you probably should wear gloves while doing this because I always get Mod Podge all over my hand, but I hate doing it with gloves, so I just kind of deal with it. But it makes a lot more sense to use gloves than not use gloves. I'm just going to take my lid off and go ahead and pour on the tray. It is extremely messy, not gonna lie, but I do enjoy doing it this way. The other way is going to be the epoxy way, which actually with this way I also do add glitter to my epoxy as well, but I like the Mod Podge look better because it's more glittery than with just the epoxy glitter, but you'll see what I mean with the other tray. Okay, so this is how it looks when it's done. I'm going to sit it over to the side now and let it dry. And then we will go over this with epoxy. Once that is dry, we will go over that with epoxy, and we will add some glitter into the epoxy of that. And I will show you how to add glitter with just epoxy in the glitter with the pink tray. So I'm going to let that dry probably for an hour, and then we will add the epoxy. Okay, so now I have it dry. And this is what it looks like, all nice and shimmery. And now I'm going to go over these with the epoxy, and I'm going to show you how to add glitter to this tray using epoxy and glitter. The epoxy I will be using is Amazing Clear Cast. I have to say this because I don't want people to think I'm sponsored by them, but I do not get paid from Amazing Clear Cast, but I do live by that epoxy. That is the only epoxy I use for everything that I epoxy. It doesn't turn colors. It doesn't give me a headache when using it. Even though when you use any epoxy, you should always be wearing a face mask, but I do not, even though I should. But yeah, so that is the epoxy I recommend using. So now we're going to go ahead and mix our epoxy. These are cups I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to fill them up to here because I have this to epoxy and something else, but that's that. When you do your epoxy, you want to make sure that you are pouring both A and B into the cup equally. So you want to stop at the same place on both sides of the cup because you want to mix an equal amount. And when you do epoxy, you do want to wear a protective mask because there are hazardous chemicals in the epoxy, and it will affect you over time when breathing this in. Now I'm just going to pour one side into the other. I'm going to scrape it out. All of it into the cup. Now we are going to stir. So if you watch any epoxy videos, everybody will tell you stir slow, stir in the same motion. I just stir the cup. I don't worry about going slow or any of that. Just stir until it's no longer cloudy. Because the reason why they tell you to stir slow in the same motion is to prevent air bubbles. But if you're going to use a heat gun, which I am going to use, the air bubbles are really kind of irrelevant. So it's going to get cloudy at first. And then you're going to just keep stirring until it is clear. Yes, I'm switching hands because my arm is tired. Okay. It looks good to me. I'm just going to scrape the sides. Make sure. Okay, so I didn't get to show the video of epoxy, so I hope you enjoyed this other clip from a different video showing how to mix epoxy. Now I am just adding epoxy to these 2 cups because I'm going to be adding glitter to them. And we have more in here if we need more. So first one we would go ahead and do this pink one only because I feel like it's going to be less messier. So I'm going to be actually using black glitter for the pink one as well. I'm going to do just a little bit of black glitter, and then I'm also going to be adding a little bit of this pink glitter in there. 2 totally different pinks from the tray, but that is okay. Now I'm just going to stir it in. Alright, I may need more epoxy than this, honestly. So, I'm just going to pour just a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to pour a little bit more in there. I'm going to put just a little bit more black glitter in there. I definitely feel like I put way too much. So once again, now I'm just diluting the glitter because I don't like how much. It's way too much glitter. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and pour. And now I'm going to spread it out. So I'm going to go actually and pour all of it. That over to the side. And now I'm going to go ahead and spread it out. I usually honestly don't use this much glitter. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. But that's okay. The good thing about adding your glitter using epoxy is you only have to use the glitter one time versus Mod Podge. You have to glitter it with the Mod Podge, then you have to turn around and then do a layer of epoxy, adding glitter into the epoxy. And with this way, you don't have to worry about doing that, just one time. But I usually, when I do the epoxy way, I usually don't use as much glitter. I use just a little bit less, but that's okay. So now I'm just spreading it out, making sure I'm getting the edges. Alright. So as it sits, it will even out itself. So I'm just going to actually put this off to the side. And you want to go around your tray to make sure there's no epoxy on the bottom. Set that off to the side. Now I need to switch gloves because I have pink. I'm going to go ahead and switch both gloves actually. So I'm going to add a little bit of glitter. And we're going to do the same thing. The only reason why I'm adding glitter to this is that way if there's any blotchy spots that I didn't get good enough with the glitter, this will take care of it. I'm actually going to pour some more epoxy in here. I don't know if that's going to be enough or not. And I'm going to add a little bit more glitter. And with this, the Mod Podge glitter, you don't really have to worry about if it's going to be too much glitter in this epoxy because, you know, the tray is already super glittery. Now we're going to do the same thing. Go ahead and spread it out. I'm definitely going to need more glitter than this, or epoxy than this. Okay. So I'm going to pour a little bit more epoxy in here. I'm actually not going to add any glitter though because my edges look good. So I think it'd be okay without adding the glitter. I'm just dipping my finger in and going around the edges, or you can just pour onto the edges. Okay, as it sits, it will even itself out. Show you again. All right, so now we're gonna let this cure probably for about 5 to 6 hours, and then I will come back when it's done. All right, so these are the results for the Mod Podge and glitter. As you can see, I have some little spots. But if I was adding vinyl to this and then going over with epoxy again, the spots wouldn't matter. So, but this is the tray. You see how glittery it is all over. The walls are glittery. The edges are nice and glittery. The base is completely glittery. And then this is the results for the epoxy glitter. So as you can see, the base is fully covered. It's real cute and glittery. But the walls, even though there is glitter on there, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's not as glittery as the inside. So it really just depends on what look you're going for which method you want to go with. So I do honestly prefer this one for my simpler looks, and then this one if I'm putting a picture on the inside, so that way the glitter actually shows better and things like that. So there's the 2 different ways to add glitter to your rolling trays. And if you would like to see me add vinyl or a picture to these, please leave a comment below and I will upload a video adding vinyl and pictures to this. But I just wanted, the video was already super long, I just wanted to show you how to glitterify your trays using the 2 methods that I personally love and use. But that is it, you guys. That is the video. I hope it was simple to follow. I hope it was, I know it was kind of lengthy. It was trying to get as detailed as possible without making it too long. And sometimes details means lengthy, so it is what it is. But as always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, please, please, please be safe out there and stay blessed. Until next time.